Hi, welcome. This is Chess from Retro Nirvana Gaming. Today we're going to be sharing our pickups from Retro World Expo, all the games we picked up, and gaming related items that we picked up. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. It'll help the channel grow and you'll see more of our videos. We are very close to 3,700 subscribers, so if you could help us out with that, that would be great. Let's get started. Okay. We had a great time this year at Retro World Expo. It was jam-packed with games as usual. Let's start off with a pickup for the NES. We picked up the box for Final Fantasy. So this one was $40 for just the box. It is now worth quite a bit of money. I just need the manual and then it is absolutely complete. And I think that I need the map as well. So 2 items I still need. This game, I will put the value up there, just so you know how much it's worth. It's worth quite a bit now. So that's pickup number 1. Pickup number 2 was actually not at the convention, but I ordered this the day before, and that is the box for F-Zero. I've had the game itself for a very, very long time, and I also have the display-only box as well in my collection. But I've never had the original box. So this is the original Super Nintendo box for F-Zero. You can see the back actually has this comic book on there. Really, really cool. So there's a little part of a comic on there on the back of the box. I'm very happy to finally have this in the box. So those 2 games are huge to get in the box as a collector. Another one I got for, I think it was $30 for the box only, box and manual. To complete my copy of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance is the box for this. So as you can see, it was in really nice shape. The guy didn't really want to part with it, but I told him, I was like, he told me, I was like, how much would you give it to me for if I was just gonna buy the box and the manual only? And he said 30. I was like, okay, I'll take it for that price. So I'll put the price at the top here. And this is now my 3rd Final Fantasy game that I have in the box on the Game Boy Advance. So I also have Final Fantasy 4 and 6 in the box. And those are very pricey as well. So this one adds to the collection. So 2 Final Fantasy games in the box that we completed already. Pretty cool. Alright, moving on. We have a RPG for the Switch that I never owned, but I always wanted to own. And that is Various Daylife. This one was $32.99, and as you can see, the box art is on the side of the box on this one, and then the back has it on vertical. I play this. It's very weird. It's not like your typical Square Enix turn-based RPG. This one is very weird. I would say check it out, try it out. Let me know what you think. There is kind of like a circle. When you go in the town, you go in a circle. You can't really move the character. It's just kind of like in a big orbit. So you can only follow kind of what's on the route. You can't really move the character in the traditional sense in like 360 degrees. And then the battle system is a lot different than what you're used to. It is turn-based. It's almost like the first Dragon Quest. You don't see the characters. You just give out commands and they fight. This is a weird one, but I wanted it for the collection anyway, so I said, you know what, let me grab it. And it's a game you don't see very often for the Switch. Okay, next is a game I picked up because I don't have a lot of these in my collection, and that is the Advance Wars games. So this is Advance Wars 2 Black Hole Rising for the Game Boy Advance. I didn't realize this, but I played Advance Wars 1 and 2, the remake, Boot Camp, and this is exactly where this came from. So that Switch version is based off of this one and the first one, obviously. But I played the second one recently on the Switch, and I was like, you know what? I gotta see if I can track these down on the GBA, and I'm glad I did. I think this guy wanted like $20 for this one, so I was pretty happy to pick it up, and it was worth a little bit more than that. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. Next, we have Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I already have this game. This is actually an upgrade because for some reason our disc stopped working. and I tried to fix it, and it's kind of wonky. So I wanted to pick up a replacement copy of this game so I actually can play it. This is a really cool game. A lot of people don't realize Rainbow Curse is very cool for the Wii U. It uses the stylus and it uses the tablet controller to move Kirby around and, like, you know, basically spin him around in the game. It has a very unique claymation style gameplay. It's really cool. The art style is amazing in this game. So yeah, I had to get a replacement copy of it. So very happy I spent $20 on a replacement copy, and I can always try to sell my other copy, see if I get some money back from it. And yeah. Okay, next is Harvest Moon 3D, The Lost Valley for the 3DS. So this vendor had a bunch of different Harvest Moon games. This is the one I was missing. It was $10.99. It comes complete with the box and cartridge. So I would love to have all the Harvest Moon games in my collection. The Super Nintendo one is super expensive. It's like in the $250 to $300 range for just the cartridge. That would be a great collecting goal of mine, is to finally get that Super Nintendo one that I loved as a kid. I rented that one many times from Blockbuster, and it is a very good game. Okay, next, is not a game, but I had to get this because the Retro Games Plus had a bunch of these very clean Nintendo Power strategy guides. So these are Nintendo branded. They're made from Nintendo Power. And this one was the Super Nintendo one. So they had a bunch. They had a Final Fantasy VI strategy guide that was like $150, and I really wanted it. It was so clean, but I did not want to spend that much on it. So instead I got the second best thing I could get, which was the Super Nintendo guide. So this is a very early guide. It has, it does not have a lot of games in there. It has a lot of the games from the first couple of years of Super Nintendo, and it's actually really cool. So it has really nice color pictures, and it has a lot of good games in here. It has Mario World, it has Super Ghouls and Ghosts, it has Castlevania, it has Streets of Rage, Gradius. Oh no, I'm sorry, not Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage is on the Genesis. Final Fight. It has Final Fight in there, yeah. And then it has Zelda, Link to the Past. It has just a lot of really cool ones. So for $15, I was like, this is such a great nostalgia piece for me. I couldn't pass it up. And it's in great shape. It's very nice. And I was really happy to pick this one up because this is the kind of thing that I like to collect. Okay, so next is a Vita game. I haven't picked up a lot of those recently. This guy had a really good copy of Little Big Planet, $10. That is a great price for that game. It really just has the cartridge and the cartridge and the case. That's it. So that's kind of what I want anyway for $10. It's fine. I just want to be able to play it and display it nicely on my shelf. So very happy to have that in the collection. And it's a game we don't have. I've never even played it on the Vita, but I was really happy at that price to pick it up and be able to add it to the Vita collection. Okay, so next we had a artwork only. So there was a big bin of just instruction manuals and cover art and all this stuff. And one of the ones I saw in there immediately was this Ren and Stimpy's Invention. And so I was like, how much does the guy want for this? He was basically taking offers. I was like, would you take it for $1? Would you take $1 for it? He said, yes, absolutely. And so all I need is a plastic case, and now I have the cartridge and the case. So now it will be like a boxed game, which is always pretty nice to get for like $1 more. Why not? Okay, so let's go into some of Lulu's pickups. My wife Lulu picked up Atari 50. So this is the anniversary celebration for the PS5. It has over 100 Atari games that you can play. So games, it says rare and legendary games from 7 Atari platforms, including Jaguar, Lynx, 2600, 2600, 5200, 7800, and 800, and arcade games. So that's really cool. I can't believe there's Jaguar games on here too. That's really, really cool. So I can't wait to play this, and I think she paid less than 20 for this actually, because we might have bundled it. So I thought that was a pretty good deal, because we can play that one quite a bit together and enjoy. So yeah, that's a pretty cool one she picked up for that. Alright, so now this one's a little bit of a rare-ish pickup. It's not a game you see very often, and that is Knights of Azure for the PS4. The first one and the second one are both going up in price, and they're kind of like very sought-after hack and slash games on the PlayStation 4 and on the Switch. I just picked up Knights of Azure 2 on the Switch during Too Many Games weekend, and now she's picked up the first one. So this is supposed to be very good as well, and we're going to check this one out, let you guys know what we think of it, but I'm pretty sure it's a good game. It's a very solid entry in the series. Okay, next we have some nice little 90s trinkets here. So we have the Midnight Society. This is from Are You Afraid of the Dark? So this is really, really cool. Little pin set, and the pin says official member of the Midnight Society. So that's really cool. Let me know in the comments if you're a 90s kid and you remember Are You Afraid of the Dark? Lulu and I started watching it again, and we love it. So yeah, it's such a great show. So let me know in the comments, do you remember that show? It had a really cool theme song, and it was a really cool show for kids back in the day in the 90s. Okay, this one is Rocco's Socks. So if you remember Rocco's Modern Life, that was a very funny, very over-the-top, very kind of gross cartoon in the 90s at Nicktoons. And so $2 for Lulu. These are the Rocco's Modern Life socks. Pretty cool. Okay, next, back to one of my pickups. This one's a cool one too. I'm a big fan of Austin Powers, the movies, and so we got Austin Powers Pinball. I thought this was going to be a very silly game. So we're going to take a look at this one at some point, and maybe even do some gameplay of it. So this one is complete in box. So you can see they are also advertising Celebrity Deathmatch on there, so it's probably the same person that made those two games. So for $5, I was like, you know what? I would love to own an Austin Powers game for $5. I don't have any Austin Powers games in my collection. So I was like, why not? Let's do it. Okay, back to other pickups. So we got an Xbox game. I know this is kind of rare. You don't see me pick up a lot of Xbox games anymore. But this one I was very interested in, a Serious Sam 2. So this is a shooter. The guy had just $10 on it. I was like, you know what, why not? So I'm going to take a look at this game and see if it's any good. I do own the first one on the Xbox original as well. So I want to see if this one is any good at all. It does look good, and that vendor had a lot of really great Xbox games, and so I was looking through a bunch of them and trying to figure out what is the game I want to pick up, and I saw that one. I was like, you know what, I don't have that one, and I think I want to pick it up for that price. I was like, okay, why not? Okay, we also picked up from the same booth that we picked up the Rocco and the Midnight Society. She had like a box of toys, 90s toys, and one of the ones we picked up was Robin Hood. So I thought that was really cool from the Robin Hood Disney movie. Very, very cool for $1. Not bad. And then Lulu picked up a little gift for me, and that is Luigi. And he has his flashlight there, of course, from the Mario movie. I think this is now our fourth Mario movie action figure that we've picked up. We try to pick them up for $10 or less. So I think now we have 4 now. So we still have a bunch to pick up, but at least the collection's getting a little bit stronger, a little bit better as we go. Okay, here's another pickup. Zombies Ate My Neighbors. This is the instruction manual. So now I have the cartridge and I have the manual, and hoping someday I'll be able to pick up the box and complete this game for Super Nintendo. That would be great. I love Zombies Ate My Neighbors, and would love to do some footage of that for the channel. I do have the Switch version that has both Zombies Ate My Neighbor and Ghoul Patrol, so we can do some of that footage for Halloween this year. That would be a really good one. I think you guys would enjoy that. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Oh yes, Lulu also picked up for $5 all these awesome decals. So these decals have a whole bunch of Mario figures. This one has Luigi, the Hammer Bro, the Cheep Cheep, Piranha Plant, Spiny, Yoshi on the next sheet with Princess Peach and Toadette. We have one with Mario, Kamek, and the Goomba on the next page. And there's a few others in here. Overall, I think it's a great deal for $5. So we'll probably put that in the game room, and you guys can enjoy taking a look at that when we make videos. All right, the last pickup we picked up was actually two shirts from Are You Afraid of the Dark? So obviously we're big fans of the show, and we picked up two of these t-shirts. I think they were $20 each. You really never see t-shirts like that for Nickelodeon shows, and so I thought that was really, really cool. So let me know in the comments how did we do on the pickups this year? Do you think we did pretty good? Or do you think we could have picked up more stuff? Or let us know what you think of the pickups, and what was your favorite pickup or thing that we picked up this year. Let me know in the comments, and as usual, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!